Are you? That's the question.
I hate everything about it.
Do you?
I
See, there you go. So you're for animal abuse then?
Well, yeah.
Either for it against it, yeah.
Well, on certain animals.
That's mad, man.
On certain animals.
I can see your girlfriend's shocked.
Oh, I don't like that.
Your dad's literally a cow farmer.
Yeah, but I mean animal abuse in terms of like makeup testing.
Oh, animal abuse in terms of taking animals into a slaughterhouse and bolt gunning in the head and cutting their throat.
Yeah, but it tastes good.
Is that a justification?
Yeah.
Taste is a justification for abusing an animal. That's crazy, guys.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking awful.
Well, it is, yeah, but yeah, you have to live somehow.
Well, I haven't eaten an animal product since I was 19. I'm 57 in a couple of weeks' time, so.
How do you get by? They're too nice.
Eating plants. Animals are nice, I agree. Why would you harm an animal? What sort of farm does your parents have?
Beef farmer.
So they're being killed
Get
at 12 to 18 months old then they're sent out to slaughterhouse, yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, actually, we don't do that part. We just raise them up.
And then sell them to go to have people come ahead and have it, yeah. Do you mind that at all?
I don't take anything to do with it.
Do you eat it?
Do I look like a farmer?
Do you eat it?
Yeah, actually.
So then you are to do with it. It's supply and demand. Come on, you cannot tell me that taste is a justification for harming an animal when you can just eat something else instead. Being serious.
Well, you could, but
I'm challenging you now, but I am being serious.
It just doesn't seem as good to me.
What doesn't?
Like sitting down and eating like a plant food based and rather steak. It just,
well, let's say
let's see myself doing.
Vegan food tastes really good, man. Believe me. But let's say it tastes 5 or 10% different. Does it justify shooting a cow in the head and cutting their throat for?
To me, yeah.
That's mad, man. We're never going to agree. I just think that's bad. Justify me how it's okay to harm an animal for taste and nothing else.
Well, we've been doing it for so long. We're just so used to it. It's just normal.
We've been doing
it's something I can live with. Whereas in the likes of China and all, where they're killing the dogs, that's something I don't feel is right. But then,
do you see the hypocrisy in that position?
But then they would see it wrong over here for us killing the cows.
Exactly.
So
exactly. You can win. You can win,
but not everyone's going to stop.
Yeah, but if you think something's wrong, then you abstain from it, right? So if you think racism is bad, you don't be racist. Yeah. If you think homophobia is bad and sexism is bad, you don't be part of it. If you think abusing and it is animal abuse, I don't care what anybody says. If kicking a dog's bad, then sticking a knife in a cow's throat for a non-necessary reason is even worse. Is a stage further. So it's abuse. So if you think that's wrong, then why be part of it? Why not just eat something else instead or wear something else instead? Does that make any sense?
It makes sense, but just I'm not one for change. I like what I like, and that's it.
I know, man, but Jesus, that's. Do you know? Right. Let me refer to one thing. Slavery, right?
Yeah.
Went on for like 400 years because people didn't want to change, even though it was wrong. So I understand that it's everything you've ever known and been taught and stuff. I was the same. I paid for it too, so I'm not going to judge you in that way. But once you start to think about, I can just eat a vegan burger instead, or a vegan sausage instead, or I can wear a fake leather coat instead, or fake leather shoes instead. Well, genuinely, I know you're joking about it and whatever, but I don't see that it can be justified to harm an animal when you don't need to.
Well, no, it can't be, but it can't be justified. It obviously shouldn't be done, but we're just so used to that way of living that we just accept it. So that's just.
And I was brought up the same way, and up until I was 19 or 20 years old, I was paying for all the same things too. I just have information now that I didn't have before, and I've been on farms, I've been in slaughterhouses, and I've seen it all. And I don't think there's any justification for any of it at all. You know, I've done vigils at slaughterhouses. Where are you guys from, if you don't mind me asking? Right, so I'm Ballymena. There's a pig slaughterhouse in Ballymena called Cranswick Country Foods. You might not even know this, even though your parents are in the industry. It's a pig slaughterhouse, right? Do you know what we do to those pigs when they get there? When they go into the slaughterhouse? Do you know how we dispose of them? No. Gas chambers.
What is that? Blast from
gas chambers. They're gassed. And I've been there and stood and watched and listened to those animals screaming. They say that is the most humane method in animal agriculture to dispose of animals is to put them in a CO2 gas chamber. I've stood and listened to them screaming. I've seen them pull their limbs off trying to get out. It's fucking horrendous, man. So I don't want to pay for that. If that was a dog, you'd be there doing
Yeah.
vigils too, right? And you'd be there too saying, that's wrong. So why is it okay to do that to a pig and not to a dog? That's why I'm here.
It's just the way we've got used to living.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, you've been brought up with it, and it's habit is one, tradition's another, convenience and taste. But if you break those things down, convenience, vegan food in every shop and supermarket now. Tradition, you know, is it worth stabbing turkeys in the neck just because it's Christmas when you can just eat something else? Taste, pleasure.
It comes down to the fact of the likes of her dad. If we stop killing cows and making steaks,
Yeah.
how is he going to put food on the table for his family?
Right, I get
He's
it.
going to lose money on that.
I get it.
Because we're so used to that way of living.
I'm not
That's where
anti-farmer,
money's
by the
coming
way. I
from.
want you to understand that.
You're just anti-animal
because
abuse.
I need farmers to produce food.
Yeah.
Because I need to eat as well.
Yeah.
So I want farmers to do arable farming. Believe it or not, when I was young, Northern Ireland was full of crops. But beef farming and dairy farming are so profitable now that it's more profitable than arable farming because they're subsidised by the government. So the government is also to blame. So I would like the government to subsidise arable farming and do away with the animal farming. The way I would say it to you is, right, the arms industry is one example. There's loads of people working in the arms industry creating bombs and bullets and guns and stuff, but I wouldn't think that we have to
We would have been armors.
shoot innocent people or drop bombs on innocent people just so it keeps somebody in a job. So I don't think it's right to harm innocent animals just because it keeps somebody in a job. Everybody can do something else. I've had multiple jobs in my lifetime, and just because you've done one thing for your whole life doesn't mean to say you have to continue doing it. And there's many farmers have transitioned away from animal farming to or from animal to arable farming. So it is possible. And I understand it's difficult. I'm not. I understand it would be difficult for your dad, but there are groups out there who help farmers transition away from it to another thing, you know. So for me personally, I don't think it justifies keeping somebody in a job if they're doing something that I believe is really wrong, you know. And I've been, you know, man, I've been in the beef cow slaughterhouses too. I see those cows and it's fucking terrible what they have to go through just so you can eat a burger or something when you can just eat a plant-based burger instead. Any thoughts on that?
No, you kind of left me speechless there, but it's definitely something to think about.
Yeah,
But-
okay, cool. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you being open. I know you're like, I'm out here all the time, okay, and loads of people I talk to in Northern Ireland know a farmer, their dad's a farmer, their uncle's a farmer, Jimmy down the road's a farmer, and I get it, man. I'm not saying all farmers are bad people. I don't see the farmers any worse as the person paying for it at the end of the day. Farmers are only producing what people buy. So if you buy sausage in a shop, then farmers are going to produce pork and pigs are going to have to go to gas chambers. You can just go down to Nutmeg down there or Tesco's over there and buy Linda McCartney sausages at the same price and they taste exactly the same or a little tiny bit different. I wouldn't say they're worse or better, you know.
Well, we'll definitely give one a try sometime. What do you think?
I don't think you'll try it.
Try it.
Well, we'll see
Man,
what
I'm going to
happens.
give you a card before you go. I appreciate you stopping. 1 wee second, I won't keep you. I'm not staying here too long today. It's absolutely
freezing.
Baltic cold. I'm not out here trying to be an asshole, by the way, to catch people out. I'm out here, I am an animal rights activist and I'm trying to help animals and that's all I'm trying to do. So I'm not judging anybody because I used to pay for it too. So this is my card. But I'm going to ask you to watch one thing on here. See that speech at the bottom?
Yeah.
It's 30 or 40 minutes long on YouTube, free to watch, and it sounds, I don't know if you've watched speeches or any of that stuff. Speeches sound pretty boring to me, but I watched that and it is literally the best thing I've ever seen in my life. That guy is unbelievable. So if I've given you something to think about, watch that and see how you get on.
Sounds good. We can stick it on while we put it on the dartboard.
Do it, do it. What's your names, folks?
Michael.
Nicola.
Pleased to meet you, man. I'll do it fast.
Hopefully that's not being recorded. That'll be a wee bit.
Thank you for stopping.
I like
We'll do
the
that.
swamp, yeah.
Have a good day, folks.